Welcome to the Institute of African American Males. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe.
All right, we're going to spend more time on this section, talk about gender consciousness. We talk about some really deep stuff here. So you have at the top, you have T'Challa. Just as you have these stories, these stories from the collective unconscious, the cartoon called the cultural archetypes, right? Things that are similar all the way around the world, mythologies, culture, stories, art. These things keep getting repeated over and over. How many of you thought about these cultural archetypes when you watched Black Panther? Right? That's pretty cool, right? You think about how many, you can basically look at Black Panther and you can do it exactly as a Greek drama. Same thing. So anyway, so the reason why this is important, and I'm talking about this double consciousness and consciousness, we're going to shift into our thinking about consciousness of gender. Right? One way we look at our masculinity and being man is about the amount of women that we can attract or attract to us, or about the amount of women that we can get. The alpha male. Right? Is there anyone in this room that doesn't think that they're an alpha male? All this conversation, this is alpha male, this is what alpha males do. Every man thinks that he's alpha male. That's how it is. And I'm going to say every man, I think, from what I've seen and from what the ones that I've talked to, even males who are gay, whatever that means, even gay males feel that they're alpha males. Matter of fact, one of the best alpha males we've ever had was a guy named Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great conquered the known world. Alexander the Great was gay. Can't be more alpha than that. You conquer the whole entire world with an army and a sword. Yeah, you're alpha, right? So the concept about alpha male is really important. And I want us to spend a little bit of time about alpha male. And we're going to tie this all into black males as we go along. So alpha males, there's this concept, alpha male. You're the biggest, you're the strongest, biggest chest, square chin, right? That's alpha male, right? That's what we've talked about. Usually in the room, the biggest, strongest man in the room that's looking, that's not the alpha male. He normally works for the alpha male, right? And the reason why that's important, right, and what really something to think about from the collective unconscious and the subconscious is that the reason why it's difficult to associate the alpha male and what we see in the animal kingdom and nature and apply it to us is a couple of big differences. Number one, in the human world, right, in human species, women pick the men. Men don't pick women. Women pick the guy, right? A little bit of a different concept. Men don't go, I want, no. Girls pick us. That's how it works. How many of you have heard of that song, Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me? You heard of that song? All the girls are laughing, right? All the guys are like, yeah. That song has nothing to do with the guy. That song is about that woman thinking or making sure that she is the alpha woman in the world, right? It's all about her sexuality. She can take anyone's man that she wants. Women choose men, men don't choose women. So what we think of as alpha male, so let me give you another example. So we think of, yeah, alpha male, yeah, well, it's difficult to compare alpha males to a wolf pack because in a wolf pack, there's typically only one male that mates with just one female in a wolf pack, right? If we look at the apes, the great apes, for example, right? When a female wants to mate, when she goes in the heat, she mates with any available guy that she can find. Now what happens to the more aggressive guys keep the other ones around. They keep the other ones from coming around. They keep that from bear, that's what that. But when the big guys are not looking, they'll mate with anybody. Right? And in the human species, Men don't know when women are ready to mate. We can't see that. So in the nature, the biggest, strongest male, let's say a moose, for example, she gives off a certain scent, or she'll give off a sound, and he's like, ooh, and all the guys, moose go, and all the moose run, and they get there, the first one that gets there, right? That's the alpha male, okay? So ascribing what we think is alpha male is not necessarily accurate. I'll give you one other example. And this is a really good transition to talking about black males and masculinity. Back 100,000 years ago, when we were still living in trees, out in the jungle, doing whatever that we were doing, you can think of the alpha male as a guy who would leave the village, he would go out, he would come back in a day and a half, or a day and a half or 3 days later, and he'd have an animal or a deer. And every time he went out, he came back and he shared it with his family. That's the alpha male, because he was a good hunter. But that's only one type of alpha male. Women are attracted to men. I'm gonna talk to the guys just 1 second. I don't want the girls to listen. Women are attracted to men who are alpha males across multiple domains, not just one, not just the physical strong, but the mental. Kindness. Don't hear that too much, right? So going back 100,000 years ago, the guy who was like, this guy is good. He throws the spear pretty good. This guy can track pretty good. This guy's pretty strong. He can carry pretty good. This guy over here can make a big net. Okay, I'm gonna get all these guys together. All right, guys, you, we're on the team. Let's go this way. They come back a week later with a whole brontosaurus. The alpha male in that particular case is the one who knows how to motivate, engage, and lead other men. Right, so what we think about is the alpha male. Who's the real alpha male? Michael Jordan, the coach. So how does this play a role into black males? Well, a couple of things that happen. When we think about the collective unconscious, there are some things that men need to have. And if we go back into the Greek drama, and the Greek plays, and the African plays, you have this thought. Right? So one of the thoughts is, or one of the concepts you may have heard of the Oedipus complex, where you have an overbearing mother, right? And the overbearing mother typically loves her child, loves her male son, gives him plenty of love, but she raises her daughter. And you've heard that in the African American community, that mothers, and in the African American community, there's a thing that there's more single mothers, right, than other communities. But they love their boys and they raise their daughters. Black women are killing it. Black women in the United States are the largest degree obtaining minority in the United States. They get more degrees, they enter college more, they get master's degrees at a higher rate, and accomplish more, and more likely to apply for college than any other racial ethnic group in the United States, including Asian males. Black women are killing it. Black males, even with the stats that we saw, not so much. There's even evidence that suggests that as the amount of single black mothers in the neighborhood go up, the education attainment level of black males goes down. That's the diet. And so the thinking behind that is that without a strong father, or without fathering involvement, black males can grow up without having a sense of self, without having a representation of themselves to form a mask, their psyche, and how they present to the world. So how do they present themselves to the world? Cool pose. Yeah. Right? And so when you look at hip-hop videos, one of the thinking behind hip-hop videos is kind of like, why are black males acting like Italian gangsters? Right? They call them Gotti. Right? Act like gang members, right? Capone, all that stuff. Why do they do that? Well, it's not so much that black guys are acting like white guys. Those same gangsters who were Irish and Italian, they were modeling their forms of masculinity based on the cowboy movies, right? The Jesse James, right? And so whatever the projection of masculinity at that time, that's something all males, in fact. And white males can look at a hip hop video, some white males can rap. You may have heard of a guy named he may be from around here. But there's the adaptation of masculinity, that performance, that mask they can wear. They can wear that cool pose. And so if you can adopt the cool pose, it works in a couple of different ways, and this plays a big role in achieving in the classroom. If you say, yeah, I'm cool, look effortless, make things look effortless, be cool and relax. It works a couple different ways. You go to school, you take a test, you fail, sorry, I'm cool. Get on an A on the test, yeah, I'm cool. Right, so that cool, that's that psyche, that mask, that cool pose can be adopted by men across cultures. But if you take a little bit more time and you lift up that mask a little bit and you look at a little bit deeper behind that mask, young black males who may not have a strong father influence in their lives are looking for something, right? Because their mother, if you look at the openness complex, says this: I'll do everything for you. I'll take care of you. I'll love you. Sometimes they love their sons to a fault for having male attention, right? They may not be getting other places. They over-baby themselves. I'll love you. But the catch is, you can't leave. You have to stay. So these black males don't have any responsibility. And males who don't have any responsibility and never grow up, where do they go? What do they look like? They go to Neverland. Right? They go to Pleasure Island. And if you look at a video, what's a video? It's Pleasure Island. No responsibility at all. You don't have to grow up. Smoke weed, do whatever you want to with women, objectify women, put stuff in your mouth. Weed you smoke, you sell it to others. You can make a whole industry of not having any responsibility, all the way up from the time you can smoke weed, sell drugs, until you don't have to have any responsibility, no social responsibility, right? So if you look at videos, that's Pleasure Island. Right? But the flip side to that is you have a new trend in the United States where you have a lot of white mothers who consider themselves social justice warriors, liberals. And they come home and they find their white male sons members of the alt-right and become members of the KKK. And a lot of white women, well, how did this happen? I'm going out trying to save the world and make it a better place. Going out and doing these things, and I come home and my son has the tendencies that I don't believe in. Where did he get it from? So he's getting those white males are getting these concepts, and they're being attracted by the alt-right, and it's a gateway into the KKK. Because the new version of the KKK doesn't talk about race. It talks about responsibility. And so what do gangs do to attract males? They talk about responsibility. They give them a purpose. And once you have responsibility and purpose, you have direction.
Thanks for joining us at the Institute of African American Males. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.